Chosen ones, empaths, after going through the narcissistic abuse with the narcissist involved in your life, you can get some dark thoughts. You can start turning really, really dark, you know? Not that you're going to lash out or violence or anything of that nature, but you start turning dark, you know? You may start turning dark to those that are closest to you, even to people who are deserving of love and kindness. You can start turning dark. Now, I want to emphasize, an empath turning dark is very different from a dark empath. So I don't want you to get that misconstrued, right? A dark empath is different from an empath turning dark, right? Because a dark empath has high levels of narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy, right? And they have cognitive empathy, right? That's a dark empath, but they're highly manipulative. They have traits of the dark triad, which is Machiavellianism, psychopathy, and narcissism. This is what dark empaths are, right? You turning dark is as a result of the experience you went through, right? And it's understandable. It's justified. You go through anger. You feel angry. You feel like you want revenge. You can feel like you want revenge, and you might get bizarre revenge thoughts in your head, like, I don't know, let's say this was a narcissist in your life who was your romantic partner. You might think about, I don't know, being with one of their friends, or, or doing something to make them jealous, or, you'll start getting all these dark, obsessive thoughts, right? And I want you to stay away from that, because honestly, you don't really need to go down that road. Honestly, you don't even need to lift a finger at all. Karma's going to see to it for you, right? What I need you to do is still be the loving, caring, empathetic person that you've always been, right? That's one thing that will break the narcissist, is knowing that they haven't put out your light, extinguished your light. Knowing that you can still be kind, and you can still be loving, and you can still be empathetic despite everything that you went through. Now, it will take some time, because you may be in a dark place at this moment, right? But there's nothing wrong with you turning dark towards the narcissist. There's nothing wrong with that. Turn dark towards the narcissist. They deserve it. Be dark towards them. Go no contact. Be dark, right? I'm not telling you to lash out with revenge or anything like that, but you can be dark in how you carry yourself, like non-compliant, you're not engaging with them. You can turn dark in that way, but you don't actually need to seek revenge. You don't actually need to lift a finger. You don't actually have to do nothing, because they'll get their karma, You can't, I know it seems like, because of the media, the way that the media paints it, as if these people that do badness on this earth get away with it. But honestly, karma is there. No debt in the universe goes unpaid. And these narcissists that go around tormenting empaths and other individuals and abusing them, they face karma. Very soon after your relationship ends, they start to receive their karma. You've got to understand who you are. And that's who I want you to get back to. You should always bear in mind that because it was a friend that said to me, she said, "Wow, Zion, you're how you used to be." She said, "You're how you used to be." Hadn't seen him for a long time. He didn't know that my wisdom has grown. I don't look at everyone the same anymore like I used to do. But what he picked up on was my energy, the way I was carrying myself. I wasn't carrying myself with grief and darkness. I'd become who I used to be, right? And it was a significant step and a realization. And I want you to try and adopt that into your own life. Become who you used to be, with enhanced discernment, with more vigilance, and someone who can see through these types of parasites. To stay informed on topics like these, subscribe to the channel. If you want to shed some light on a personal situation, book a one-to-one session. I do all countries and time zones. Join the Empath monthly group meeting coming up. Links for all I've mentioned are in the description box below. But that's what I want you to do. I want you to become who you used to be before you met the narcissists. Don't worry about them. Their karma's coming to them. They're going to face karma in a myriad of ways. And you've got to understand that you are actually their karma. You know? If you stay there, dark, plotting revenge, you know, plotting and scheming, and, you know, you don't need to be in that mind state. You know, it's a low vibrational state. You don't need to be in that mind state. If you elevate and grow, you know, if you elevate and grow and come to terms that the relationship is over, let karma do your work for you. You know, let God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, you know, there's a force out there that will make them accountable and make them face the consequences of what they've done. And a big part of that is where you go on in your life. I've spoken to many individuals that have gone through narcissistic abuse, and their lives have opened up for brighter days. And that's not just an exception, if that's the right way of putting it. That's not just a rarity that someone's life opens up for brighter days. I've heard this time and time again. Don't stay focused on what this narcissist done to you. You know? Don't stay focused and feel like you've been, like they've won, you know, like they've won. They haven't, you know, when they've done this abuse to you, they were first wronging God. They were first wronging the universe. They were wrong. They were going against karma. They were getting karma on their heads. You know, they wronged you first. They wronged karma, the God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, first before they wronged you, right? You're secondary to that, right? So you don't need to stay in the mind state of that you lost, somehow they got away with it. You know, you don't even need to expose them. They'll expose themselves. Karma will expose them, you know. So what you can do for the karma, that you can actually, what I would say, you know, put 1% effort in and God or the universe will match the other 99%. It's put that percentage of effort, that 1% effort, you know, into enhancing your life and trying to do more and becoming better and stronger and finding purpose, finding meaning, you know, focus on that. Karma's coming to them. They're going to go out there. They're going to meet a new supply. You know, they'll be infatuated with the new supply. They'll think it's great. Very quickly, they'll realize this person is not chosen like you. This person is not an empath like you. This person doesn't carry themselves and have morals and decency like you. You know, people cheat on narcissists too, right? People cheat on narcissists. Narcissists may be known for cheating and committing infidelity, but when they're out there, you know, you'll be the only person that was ever loyal to them. You'll be the only person that was ever true to them. You'll be the only person that they could actually trust. That's who you become. And that's where their karma starts. That's where karma starts to creep into their own world, regardless of where you're going. You're going onwards. You're going upwards. You're building. You're progressing. You're enhancing. You're developing. You're ascending. Right? You're doing all that on one side. So karma's coming to them and they're keeping watch on that. You know, they'll look on your LinkedIn to see that you've started a new career or changed your career. They'll look on your social media to see that you've gone on that holiday, you know, or they'll see that you got that new car or you got that new house or you're building that business. They'll see these things, or they'll see that you're on social media looking fresh in your new clothes, right? They'll see that you got that glow back. So I'm saying it's all about becoming who you was before, right? Because it will tell in your eyes. You'll just have that glint in your eye that you used to have when you first met them, and they'll realize when they see this stuff, because they do stay in touch, they do stay in tune with where former suppliers are going, right? They honestly do this, right? They stay in touch with where former suppliers are going. Narcissists go to crazy sort of lengths, and I've spoken to victims of narcissistic abuse that have been through these experiences with things like hacking, with things like stalking, right? With them putting software on your phones and cars and things like that, right? And this is why you don't realize that they're actually stalking on you, spying on you. They have to keep up to date with what you're doing. If you are in a place that the narcissist hasn't hacked you, if you're in a place where the narcissist isn't stalking you, if you're in a place where you're not on social media and the narcissist has no access to you, if you're in a place where there's no flying monkeys or associates or colleagues or anything like that that could feed them information, you need to count your blessings. You're in a good place. If you've totally, entirely come off social media because of the narcissist, that's okay. Because there's two ways of looking at it, and you can look at it. Many people say there's two ways to look at it, right? You can either look at it like you've come off social media and they'll have nothing to feed them, right? So they'll be lost. They'll just be down to their own imagination. But don't let that stop you for the rest of your life. If you enjoyed social media or you enjoyed being active on the internet and things like that, don't let that stop you from branching back out if you want to do that, right? Don't let them be the only reason why you're not doing that, you know? I've never really used social media through my whole life, right? So it sounds quite strange thinking that I'm doing YouTube now. I don't know what led me to do YouTube. It just happened. It all started with one video, and I just kept going, you know? Just kept going. I've got an Instagram now, but I barely go on it. I don't even go on it, you know. I don't even go on it. Like, I don't go on the search. I don't think I've ever searched. I don't search people. I don't scroll through the feeds. I don't do none of that, you know. But if that's something that you enjoy and you like doing, if it's because of the narcissist why you fully come off it, then maybe you can do that for a period of time. And when you feel the time is right, get back on it if that's something that interests you. But just know when you do get back on it, the narcissist will be searching. The narcissist is searching on these platforms to see if you are active on them. Even if you're not on them, the narcissist will search to see if you're active on them or you've created an account. They'll type your name in. They'll look on websites to see what you're doing, right? You got to understand this is part of their karma as well, becoming obsessed with the former supply. They have the inability to pair bond in relationships. They have the inability to pair bond, right? Anyway, even with a chosen one or an empath, they have the inability to pair bond, right? So you got to understand, with the inability to pair bond, times by their obsession with you, the former supply, it's going to fail their new relationships. Their new relationships are not going to be relationships. They're going to be by themselves in their own world, dealing with their own shit in their heads, day in and day out. They may have someone there that sleeps with them, but it's not going to be a real relationship. Not like something you're going to find. And that's where the karma is going to kick in again too, for where your life leads. So that's why I say, focus on building your own life up. Focus on making the foundations great, planting the seeds, preparing yourself when you meet someone who is on the same page as you, someone who is good, someone who is decent, because it's out there, it exists, right? And that's why, you know, it's not necessarily about, you know, running through people like the narcissist does, going with loads of people. I can understand you crave companionship, you crave company. But honestly, there's a lot of narcissists out there. I'll just say wait till you find the right person. There's nothing wrong with dating. There's nothing wrong with meeting people. There's nothing wrong with that. But just take things slow and don't let people in too much until you really know. And then take it from there, because you're still going to find out things further down the line about people, even if you find someone genuine and true. There's still layers to people that you've got to uncover, you know. And I'm talking about mental realms to sort through. There's mental realms to sort through and layers to sort through with people that you don't know yet fully or have a good understanding with, right? Even genuine people, right? But you'll be able to filter out all the narcissists and all of that, you know? So just understand that your life, focus on building your life up. That's their karma, you know? You don't need to stay in a dark place. You don't need to plot revenge. Karma's going to take care of it. They're going to be struggling in their own life with their new supplies. You know, none of these supplies are going to equate to you. None of these supplies are going to do the justice like you used to do, right? They can meet a new supply of more money, more material possessions. Doesn't matter. It's all about energy. It's all about supply. What you provided, they won't find. You see? On this channel and the other channel, on the Zion channel and the spiritual channel, I'm talking to a select few, right? I could talk about narcissism broadly. I could talk about it so it appeals to everyone. But I'm talking to the people who know they done their best by these individuals, by people that wasn't deserving of their best. That's who I'm talking to. If you know you've done your best by them, by your potential at the time, you might have been able to do better by them now, you know, which you're not going to, but I'm just trying to say, by your potential at the time, by your intelligence at the time, by your whole potential at the time of the relationship. If you know you've done your best by them, you're not perfect, but you've done your best by them, right? You gave, you were empathetic, you purely loved, you were true, you were transparent, you know, you were as truthful as you could be, the best that you possibly could be with them. You are the people who I'm talking to, right? If I was talking about narcissism broadly, I'd probably pull more numbers in. But I'm not out here to get more numbers in. I want to speak to people that are similar, that are the tribe of chosen ones and empaths that are out there. That's who I'm trying to appeal to and reach out to, right? And help, if I can, in any which way. You're the one who actually helps yourself. You're the one who takes these words and facilitates them to your own life and sees through the patterns and sees through the strings, you know, or the deception, and you sort through it. You're the one who does it, you know. I'm just a vessel. So any good you get from me is from the universe or from God or whoever. Just like you'll be able to do this if you wanted to too, because you've been through it, through your own experience. Now, I understand that YouTube's not for everyone, but it's some people who I've spoken to have gone on to do their own YouTube channels. You know, they've gone on to do their own thing. That's great. That's wonderful. You know, they'll be able to help people too. You know, but just understand, don't feel like you've lost, like this narcissist has won, like they are going to face severe karma. You know, when you understand what I'm breaking down, you know, think about it. Your life, you go on to better things. Your life improves, right? You keep heading towards it. Like I said, put that 1%. You keep heading towards brighter things, you know, working hard. God and the universe will match that 99% with that 1% effort, and you will propel forward, right? You don't really have to do much, right? You don't have to lift a finger with the revenge. The revenge is going to come. The revenge is already coming with your success, right? Success is the best revenge, but also where their life's heading, with their inability to be able to pair bond, like I was mentioning earlier on in the segment, with their inability to be able to pair bond, with the obsession that they're having about you, the former supply, when they've realized that these people don't equate, the new supply doesn't equate once the infatuation's worn off. These people are not packing the same punch that you used to offer with the supply. This is their karma, you know. Then they get, you know, people that lie to them, people that deceive them. I know many of you might not even wish harm on them. That's how much good people you are. I can understand some of you wishing for their downfall. I totally get it. But there's many of you that probably don't even wish harm on them or wish for their life to go downhill. And that's how pure you are. You are the people that I'm speaking to, right? Even if you wished for their downfall, I understand it. But that's still coming from a pure place. I'm speaking to the pure empaths and chosen ones that you are, right? You're going through awakening. You've been going through an awakening. Ever since you woke up to narcissistic abuse, it's an awakening. It's harsh. It's brutal. It's shocking. But that's what you're going through. You're going through this awakening. You know? You don't need to fret or worry. They're going to face their karma. And you don't even need to see it. You just need to know in your mind, heart, and soul about the laws of the universe. You know? Think about this. These narcissists that are involved in your life don't have genuine, joyful, happy moments of normal things. Right? That doesn't stimulate them. What stimulates them is sadistic, dark, weird shit. Right? So when you understand, if you put yourself in their mind, they can't be happy like you. They can't be joyful like you. They don't have ambition like you to succeed. They don't have the determination, the courage. They don't have these things. Their lives is based upon other people's validation and other people's supply. That's what the entire existence of the narcissist is composed of. And that is all they search for. And when you understand that's the priority in their mind, is searching for that supply source, is searching for that dopamine rush that they get, the euphoric feeling that they get from when they get a potent supply source. And they've already had that potent supply source, which was you, and they've tarnished the relationship. Just understand they're always going to be lacking in that sector. They're always going to be lacking in that part in their minds. No one is going to fulfill them the same way that you fulfilled them. That is karma with them day in, day out, every single day of their lives for the rest of their existence. And the next, for those that think they're going on to other planes, right? They are never going to find someone like you again. This is who the channel is for, right? Please don't fall into the trap. There's many chosen ones and empaths and, unawakened chosen ones and empaths that think, oh, the narcissist has met someone new. They've forgotten about me. I totally get the concept. I get the concept. I understand the concept. But it's not how it really is. Right? There's a lot of confusion on narcissistic channels. They talk from a place of hurt. They talk from a place of hurt like, oh, the narcissist doesn't care. And they base that on the loyalty of the narcissist. Because the narcissist is able to just snap their fingers, go on with a new supply and carry on with their lives like you didn't exist. But they're fighting against themselves. Right? Yes, they may do that. Yes, they may cheat on you. Yes, they may go on with someone new. But that's where your power actually lies. That's where the karma is actually coming into play. Things are a lot more complex and you can't take them at face value, and it's about looking beneath the veil and breaking it down to what it really is. When the narcissist goes on with these new supplies, when the narcissist cheats on you, right? They still had you, for example, when the narcissist cheats. They still had you around, right? That was making that new supply seem more glamorous. That was making that secret, having their secret. That was making it seem more appealing, right? The moment that you're gone from that and it's no longer cheating, there's no fun in that source of supply that they cheated with, right? So you don't need to fret or worry about anything like that. You don't need to let a narcissist cheating on you make you think less of yourself or make you think they were searching for something that you don't have. That's taking it at face value. Narcissists cheat. Narcissists can't keep it real. Narcissists can't keep it real with their family, their friends, their work, anyone, their romantic partners, nothing. They can't keep it real with no one. They're fakes, they're phonies, they're frauds, right? And so when you break it down to what it really is, that you was a loving, supportive, caring, empathetic partner in the life of the narcissist, you have to understand how rare that actually is. And when you get back out in the dating world, or when you get back out there to try find another empathetic, genuine, loving, caring person, you'll realize how rare that actually is to come across those qualities, right? You'll realize how inundated we are in this world with narcissists, psychopaths, sociopaths, and other toxic individuals. And this is what I'm saying. These narcissists run in to people of their own kind. That is extreme karma. That's torment for them. Running into someone of their own kind when they had someone who they deeply desire before. And you may say to yourself, okay, Zion, but if this is true, why don't they come and tell me? They're not going to tell you. Why? Because they're stubborn. They're not going to tell you because they don't want to let up on the power dynamic. They don't want to lose the power that they assert over you. They don't want to let you know reality. They don't want to let you know how important you actually were. But what I'm saying is, narcissists never let go for a very long time. Years apart. Spoken to people that have been hoovered after years apart. I've seen in the comment section people who have been hoovered after decades. Narcissists will never let go of the chosen one, an empath. In their heart, mind, and soul is consumed. Yes, they're actors. They put on a great performance. Yes, they can look like they're living a wonderful life with a new supply. But it's not what's really happening. When you look beneath the veil, they are suffering. When you look beneath the veil, karma is in full force in their minds, in their hearts, in their soul, making their life miserable. They end up with parasites, with users, with abusers, with cheaters, with liars, with thieves. They end up with a bunch of phonies just like themselves. Because misery loves company, right? They may have some company. You may be in a place when you're alone right now. So don't let that factor of you being alone make you fall under the false impression that somehow you have less than them. Because they have company. They're miserable sacks of shit that will be around company because they can't be alone. They will settle in these new toxic relationships out of the sheer fact that they know that they've ruined chances with you and there's no other option out there. They're still looking. They're still scrolling. They're still on dating apps. They're still looking around for another supply that will supersede you. But that look, that hunt, will be a life's work. They will never find someone that will supersede you. You see? This is the thing. E equals MC squared. Everything is energy. Everything's down to your energy. They will never find someone with an energy like yours. Yeah? When you understand what the nature of a narcissist is, and everything is about supply, yes, we call it supply, but it's your energy, right? They don't get the same hit from the energy they're receiving from these other people, from the supply they're receiving from these other people. So you'll always be strong, a stronghold in their minds. You will always remain there, embedded deep in their consciousness of that one supply that superseded the rest. And you have to know this about yourself. This takes time. I'm not telling you that maybe this video, you're not going to pick up on everything that I've said and maybe put it in your playlist and re-listen to it back if you're in a place of hurt and a place of pain. Re-listen to it back at a future point in time, right? But I'm telling you, that's why if you utilize what I said about being determined, being ambitious, and pursuing your own pursuit in your life and succeeding and, finding these mini purposes and developing it into a further purpose, a meaning, and just following your dream, doing what you like to do, whatever that might be, becoming a better version of yourself. This is the karma, right? This is the karma. You going on to become a better individual than you ever was with the narcissist. This is punishment for them, because learning about this valuing yourself, knowing what you're worth. You see, you lose yourself through the relationship. So you have to go on this journey of self-discovery and realizing exactly what you're worth. And that's why I said in the beginning segment about people will start to see you as your old self, unknowingly, not knowing that you've got much more discernment, much more wisdom, you've grown, you've elevated, but they'll see that charm about you that you always had from before you met the narcissist, right? This is what it's about. Know your value, right? You can never be replaced, right? There's too much information that supports the narcissist, that makes them out to be this mythological creature that is untouched and can't be damaged. They're very fragile. They've got a very, very fragile sense of self, right? And knowing their temperament is their own worst enemy. Knowing and understanding what they do, like spying on you, keeping tabs on you, concerned about you, knowing that you have this supply source that can't be matched is about you knowing your value, right? And I can understand that if you're in a place of hurt and pain, it can be hard to see at that point in time, but it will come to you. You don't really have to do much. Just put in that 1%, and God and the universe will match the 99%. And you will know your value in the right time and place. Many of you have already discovered your own value, and you know your own value, right? But it's all about knowing your value. This is what it all comes down to. It all comes down to knowing your value. When you understand your value as an individual and what you possess and what you can do to the life of those that, they played a role like they were suffering. They played a role like they was hurt. They played a role like they was a victim, and you supported them and cared for them. If you've done that with someone who's genuine and true, it will be so reciprocal. There'll be reciprocity. It will be a solid relationship. The fact of the matter is you gave to someone that is selfish. You gave to someone that's not deserving of that. And they tried to take this innocence from you. They tried to take your light from you, Please understand your value. It's crucial. Work on your value, Work on your value. You've got it. It's in you already. It's in you already, but you can always do better every day. Every day we can do better, And that's why if you aim for this path that I'm trying to encourage you to go down, of putting in this 1% to aim for success, right? You will learn your value over time. And the more and more you go down this road, you'll realize more and more and more and more and more about why this narcissist will never find someone like you again, And that's their karma. You finally awakening to this 100% without a shadow of a doubt, I know the narcissists that I've encountered in my life, various narcissists that I've encountered in my life, I'm not being narcissistic here, but I know they will never find someone like myself ever again. I know it. But I was in a place where I was unsure. I have been in a place where I didn't know. Right? But through time, you learn how to deal with this. And through time, if you put in this 1% effort, you'll rise above and you'll realize and know wholeheartedly that they'll never find someone like you. And that's why you don't really have to look for karma, because the karma is going to come through you. And the karma is going to come through their own self-sabotage and their own misery because of you as well. You are the karma. The karma comes through you. This is them facing the wrath of God, the universe, of karma, for messing with you, for taking advantage. That's why they're going to be stuck for the rest of their days, trying to find a supply that can supersede you, and they never, ever will. If you have any doubt in your mind that they could find another supply that's better than you, there's more healing to do. I want you to be in a place where you know that this narcissist will never do better than you. And when you're in that place, you're in a very good spot. And that's where you need to be. If you have any doubts, you've got work to do. Right? Because this isn't a myth. This isn't a fantasy. This is fact. If you are someone that gave your all, you're not perfect. You tried your best. You loved them. You cared for them. You supported them. You were empathetic. Perhaps you helped build them up. Whatever it was, right? You gave your all to this individual. They will never find someone like you again. They just never, ever will. They will never find someone that supersedes you. They just can't. There's so much toxicity out there. And you'll realize when you get back out there and start meeting people, start dating, you're going to run into a fair share of them too. These fakes, these snakes. And the narcissist isn't exempt from running into these people. So I know many of you might not even wish any harm on the narcissist. But they're going to run into people that use them. They're going to run into people that abuse them. They're going to run into people that cheat on them. They're going to be running into people that can't keep it real with them. They're going to run into people that lie to them. This is what they're going to face. You know? This is what they're going to face. So there's no reason to turn dark, like I was saying. You know? Go through the process. You'll go through a process of anger, darkness, and stuff. But try to come out of it shining bright like you always were before you even met them. That bright, shining light. And be sure they're going to get their karma. And remember, like I said, they will never find someone that supersedes you. They just never, ever will. So anyway, enhance your experience, get access to exclusive unseen videos and personal video requests. There's a 3-day free trial and can be cancelled at any time by going to your account page. Thanks for listening today. Please press the like and the subscribe button. If you want to donate, you don't have to, but if you'd like to support the channel, you can. Links in the description box below. For more narcissism-based content, check out our other channel. Links in the description box. Please visit the forums. One of them is Tips to Heal, and I'd love to find out what helps you on your journey. Please book a healing session with me if you need advice or some light shed on your situation. The Empath monthly group meeting is coming up at the end of the month. Limited space is available. There's a WhatsApp group for survivors to stay in touch. I'm also doing email consultations if you need a plan of action. The links for all I've mentioned are in the description box below. Like to know more about chosen ones, why the enemy has been after you for decades? Click this video here. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.